Okay, hello everyone. How is your Wednesday going? I just had a great lunch with my friend and a little bit too full. Don't feel like streaming today or doing anything at all actually. But we have some stuff to do today, a little bit different probably. Forgot to switch on the camera as usual. Something's got to be wrong on the stream. Oh, come on, start up. There you go. There is Cordy. Alright, guys, today we need to check something. Because I've been working on the Matrix after the stream. When was it? On Monday. So as you can see, I have kind of maxed out the amount of rows and columns I have. I mean, I didn't want to add additional, or maybe not additional, more like extra columns or extra rows just to connect some other things. Basically these diodes, well, I keep calling them diodes, but this is basically infrared sensor, probably. Yes, I guess that's the correct name for it. And yeah, because before I only had them in Core D, and in Core D they are directly wired to I2C expander, so I didn't have to bother with them. Besides, Core D doesn't have a matrix, it's direct wired, so that was kind of easy to hook them up. But over here we have a matrix, and I don't know how this thing gonna behave in a matrix, how it's gonna be read. My understanding is that maybe I'll be able to do some art. So we have a column, right, and we have a row over here, something like that. And then we have our sensor, right? So it's a diode. I don't know if arrows are on the correct size. And then we have a phototransistor, right? And I think emitter is somewhere over here. Okay, that should be something like that. So I am not quite sure how it's gonna work. My understanding is that, of course, we will have to wire this to VCC, and we need a resistor as well for that. But then the transistor part, I think what needs to happen, I think we have to hook up collector. That's this part. I think that's how it needs to be done. We have to hook it up to the column row, and then emitter needs to go to the row pin, because from what I've been looking at in QMK, when it's scanning the matrix, so the row that is getting scanned is pulled low usually, and columns, I think they are always high. So what happens if you press the switch, you basically pull the column low, and that's how they know like which position on the row, which key in this particular row was pressed. And basically I think this is more or less what will happen with this transistor over here. If you put your finger over here, and that's gonna reflect the infrared light, it will make this to, I think it will make transistor to open. So in my opinion, this should also pull down the collector through here. But I am not sure. I am not quite sure. I haven't tried that before, and I think before we commit to anything like that, might be good to check like if it's even gonna work. So today I have some stuff prepared. We're gonna do some wiring. I think we can use this diode that I just messed up last stream. I mean diode, the sensor that I tried to make a fit. So we can try that. I already have, because we are testing something, and I already have a working keyboard that is 3x3, I think we were... What were we trying to do here? I think it was my encoder symmetrics. That one was used for testing that. So we can use that. I assume it's flashed on this as well. So should be maybe easy. No need to create a new keyboard or anything like that. I even have this. This is 3x3, like a plate. But I think we can try maybe with just the sensor itself. Like if we can read the sensor, probably everything else will work. Maybe we can do one row to try how it's gonna behave with some friends around. And looking at the matrix, so this is what I did. That's the left side. So we have 4 rows, and this is like 2, 4, 6, 7 columns on the left side. And this is very nice because on the left side we could technically fit in Pro Micro, because I think Pro Micro has like 18 pins, minus 2 for the communication, right? So we are still left with 16. Sadly, on the right side, I will show you soon, that won't be enough. But what I did, I decided to connect these as like additional keys, as we had like additional keys over here. So I just had to move them to better visualize, because it was kind of breaking my mind if I was like routing it over here. So I think we should be able to fit into 4 rows, 7 columns. Over here we need to hook up VCC ground as well, and then, as I said, collector will go to the column, emitter will go to the row, and we'll see how it goes. So that's the left side. On the right side, it's a little bit more messed up, and the reason is because we have these encoders over here. So what I did, I removed the switch from this encoder. As I said, I wasn't quite sure if I want to keep it or not. And then when I was wiring or like designing the matrix, I realized that if I had kept it, I would have to add one more row or maybe one more column just to accommodate for that. So this way it's easier. As you can see, I managed to squeeze into 4 rows. I hope everything is correct. I mean, it's looking good. So we have 1 switch per column, and like nothing seems to be like, there is no situation like we have 2 switches on the same row or maybe on the same column. So this one over here we have like we have 8 columns, right? So a little bit more, and that's why we won't be able to fit, because on this side we still need to hook up SPI for the track wall. So that's already -4. Then we need to maybe not -4. Wait, it's like 1, 2. Okay, it's 4, right? That's a chip select, master in, master out, and clock. Yeah, so -4. Then you have 2 for I2C, so that's -6. So we are left with what, 12. And of course, we still need to have a data pin for RGB. So that is additional problem. So yeah, not enough. One Pro Micro, not gonna be enough to wire it, but like looking at it, it looks okay. I just moved the switch from this encoder over here that is supposed to be for volume. So the switch will be a mute button. I moved it a little bit down, so this way it's kind of like easier to visualize how the rows are going. So it should be okay. I have this additional column to accommodate for those 2 encoders. Yeah, it looks like a bit messed up, I know, but it should work. And I did one more thing, because I wanted to max out the number of switches that we can use. So I decided, okay, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, Okay, 4, 5. Right. So these two. So these two sensors are like the same, like on the left side, and I decided to add this one. This one is additional. So I was saying that, oh, it would maybe make sense to have one more infrared just for the reader key, because now currently it's on a layer and like it's okay on this layer, but it would be nice to have something like extra. So I decided to add it here. I know it's also over here on the left side. At this point, I don't know if I really want to have this. I mean, it would be nice to max out the number of like things that we can do with the keyboard. We'll think about it, but so far I only added on the right side. And yes, I also tested. Okay, one sec. I also did a test, and I have changed how the infrared sockets look like. So you see there's like a bevel right now, and the infrared itself is a little bit different right now. Okay. So that's the old one. Yeah, it looks like this. So it's easier. Okay, first of all, it's easier to print. We don't have to print it on this side anymore. So I have this wall very clean. And yeah, it's okay. No need for a support or anything like that. We have this nice bevel over here. I also changed the way it clips in, so it's okay. Now it's okay, the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so what shall we do next? I think we should prepare the workbench. We can focus on hooking up everything over there, and then we can try with this keyboard and see like how it behaves, what's happening. If it's even gonna work. Are we gonna see? Oh, there it is, our victim. Okay, I need to check which pin is what. I think I remember, but better to be sure. Okay, this one. Ah, yes. Okay, I think I remember correctly. So looking at it this way, this is collector, emitter, anode, cathode. Okay. Okay, looks easy. Okay, so first thing, we need a resistor for VCC. Yes, for VCC though. So this is 68. I will plug it in over here to the VCC rail. And so that's the power for this thing. For the diode for the infrared emitter. Okay, over here, these two we need to hook up to the ground. Well, basically, maybe first one because it's the cathode from the infrared emitter. So this one needs to go to the ground, but then these two, one will go to the row and the other one will go to the column. Okay, let's check what was the setting over here for this keyboard. Okay, 3 by 3 columns, rows. So okay, so we have 1, 2. Okay, so these 3 will have our columns. And that's the columns. And next we have, okay, and next 3 we have rows. All right. Okay, let me check if that's the correct. If I wonder if this one is flashed already, and if you can see it. One of them should be flashed with this firmware. Okay, looks like it's that's the one. It's flashed. Great. Okay, we can try something. I have a switch over here. So let's give it a shot and see what happens. We're gonna do row 0 and we're gonna do, okay, and column 0 like this. Wonder what happens. Do we have any output? Yeah, okay, we have A. Great. So looks like the wiring should be easy. So I think this one this one on the opposite side, that's the collector. So this one should go to the column. Let's do column 2. And then one more. Why do I have a sensation that it's not gonna work at all? And then over here, that should be our row. Oh, come on, get in. It would be nice if I hooked up any kind of a ground and VCC first before I try. Okay, everything is wired up. So, is it gonna work? Okay, so our switch still works. If I change and let's press, that should be A, alright. And nothing happens here. How cool is that? Okay, at least we have an easy way to measure if anything is happening over there. Let me hook up the oscilloscope and we can try take the measurements. So that's gonna be our ground, and one more wire. Let's put it on the collector. Okay, so looks like we have a square wave over here. That's I think that's okay, because this is how the scanning goes, right? So I think those dips are when it's doing like the other ones. It's a little bit messed up, but okay, I removed all the stuff from the keyboard. So row and column are not connected yet, because I would like to see if we have any kind of output. Looks like... Okay, I think I'm missing one connection, right? At least for this one. Okay, do we need a resistor to pull it up? Let's give it a try with the resistor. I hope I didn't burn it yet. Ah, something odd is happening, as usual. Yeah, it's very odd. We should have 5 volts, but it's showing some kind of a mess. Okay, so everything seems to be wired up correctly, but nothing is happening. I wonder if I just killed this diode? Okay, one more sensor. Either I hook it up the wrong way, or I don't know what is happening. Okay, so that's the collector, emitter, cathode, anode. So I have a resistor over here, 10K over here. Everything should be working, and it's not wired to the matrix. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, that's a lot of light. Not sure if you'll be able to see, but see, when I put my finger, it goes down. Okay. I wonder if the other one works. Probably it does. Let's take a look. Okay, this one works as well. And if you can see how the line goes down. Okay, so that's our starting point, I guess. So at least we know that the sensor is working. We do have some readouts. So how can we wire this shit to the matrix right now? Okay. Am I gonna get anything out of it? How is our switch? This one works. And nothing over here. Well, we do have something. It does go down. But it's not red, how I expect it to be red. Okay, so we have the column is over here, this white wire. So the column goes to the collector. We have a resistor right here. And the row over here goes to the emitter. Okay, maybe we can try removing the resistor. Still nothing. Well, I guess the issue here is that, you see, it goes down, but it's not like completely flat like we had it on what was that? On a switch. Okay, so maybe we can change it. Let's say we're gonna put the collector. Okay, let me think. Okay, maybe let's try with the emitter. Let's hook it up to the ground. Okay, it works. Look, guys. Okay, let's do it like this. So this is from the keyboard. Let's say letter A. Okay, letter A will be the switch. We have A over here. So what I did now, the column is still hooked up to the collector. So that's what is giving our like VCC for the collector. And now if I put my finger, I don't know if you'll be able to see, maybe from the top. Oh shit. Okay, look at it. We are not seeing the square wave anymore. And when I put my finger, it goes down to 0, right? And look what happens on the keyboard. So let's go back, let's go A, like this. And now, if I put my finger, I get B. So, okay, I think it works. So the trick is we just need to hook up, okay, so that's... But since it's like that, makes me wonder like how many other keys are we gonna be getting. Okay, let's see. What is kind of worrying me, isn't it like reading more keys than it should? Because how is it gonna know which row it is, right? Because so it might read the whole column. Okay, let's see. So this is our A key, right? That is correct. Now we are getting only B. Okay, so that's not bad. Yeah, okay, so right now I have it wired that this one, so this is column 0, row 0, right? And this one is row 0 still, and column 2. But for example, if I would like to, well, let's try to move it over here, right? So we would have to move it to column 1 and row 1. And now I don't think I can do that, because like how am I gonna move it to that row? Because the ground is like separated from the controller. Yeah, I can move it to a different column. I can move it to the next column, and what I'm gonna get probably C. So this is A, and now it's gonna be, okay, it's I. Okay, so it's like completely off. So it's the last key. So we need to figure out a way to have it both hooked up. So we need to have it hooked up to rows and columns. There's no other way around it, because we won't be able to tell which one, where is this connection physically on the keyboard anyway. Yeah, but this way nothing is happening. Yeah, as you can see, like if I move my finger closer, it dips, but it's not, it should completely go to the ground. It should be flat. So instead what we are getting is just like a tiny blip, and that's it. So that is not enough, I'm afraid, to register as a key press. Okay, let's try with the resistor. Maybe this will help a little bit. I have to admit I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, that didn't change anything. It's still the same. Okay, so what we know so far. So we have a column. Column is always high. Then we have a row. And the row should be always low, right? So let's, okay, one more thing I need to check. Okay, it looks like the row is also being like up and down. I think I need to check in the source code again. Ah, stupid Visual Studio Code. I wish it would open in on a different desktop. Looks like I'm not gonna be this lucky today. Right, let's take a look. Where it should be? Quantum matrix. Oh, there it is. Let's move it over here. Okay, let's take a look. What's that? Okay, pin high, output pin low. Okay, matrix init pins. What happens here? Okay, rows, columns. Okay, if no pin. Okay, so everything goes to high, right? Okay, read calls on row. So basically that's gonna read the whole row. Okay, current value, row shifter, and direct pins, current row. That's read pins, select row. Okay, select row. Okay, so everything, so looks like when it starts scanning the matrix, so rows and columns are high, and then the row that it's reading right now goes to low, and then it's gonna read all the columns. So if any of the keys is pressed, that's gonna propagate like the low state to where the columns are, so it's gonna read it as low. And select row, it goes to high later on. Unselect rows, init pins. Okay, because there is also rows to columns and columns to rows. Okay, so that's the scanning, right? Okay, direct pins, direction calls to row. Okay, read calls on row. Okay, so that's our case. Okay, unselect row. So unselect row. Okay, select row. Yeah. So select row and unselect row goes to low, and unselect goes to high. So that's why we see those peaks. Okay, so is there a way to combat this? Like, how can we make it? How can you make it go all the way to low, just like with the switch? Does it have anything to do with not the die with the transistor, right? Maybe, does it mean it's like too slow to open? Okay, how can we make it go down? So even trying to connect something's off. That's kind of funny. YouTube is telling me that it's buffering or something. Whatever. Yeah, so I tried to, because it looks like maybe we have some kind of an issue that maybe we should cut the power, like together with the column and row. But for that, I think we would need another transistor. So there would be like one more transistor on VCC that would be triggered by. Okay, triggered by what? That's the good. Triggered by the row, but that will open it like. I have absolutely no idea how to do it. Well, we can always go like the easy way and just hook it up directly to I2C expander. We have plenty of room there, so that is not like a deal-breaking issue, but still I would rather have it in the matrix. Well, it doesn't seem like anything is changing. It only works as it should when I disconnect from the row. And connecting row and the ground, so we are getting some BE, BE. Where is E on the keyboard? Okay, so E is over here. Well, okay, basically we should be getting E when I press, not B. And why are we getting B? Okay, so now we are getting E because I hooked it up. I hook up the row number 1. I hook it up to the ground, so yeah, no surprise here. Okay, I guess I won't be able to figure out anything else today for this. So I think we'll have to go with those not gonna be in the matrix. We're just gonna hook them up directly to I2C expander. Looks like we have no choice. Okay, I think we're gonna stop on this because I don't want to push further. Maybe I will figure out something tomorrow. So maybe we can try to fix it on Friday, and if not, we're just gonna continue with doing the bottom plate and everything else. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping that it's gonna work. It doesn't. Not quite sure how to go around it, how to make it work. Oh well, sometimes it happens. I don't even know where can I ask about such things, like the keyboard Reddit. I don't think anyone will be would know how to do some stupid shit like this. Like who's putting infrared on the keyboard? Alright, okay guys, I think we're gonna cut it short today. I was hoping this will work, but it doesn't. I really need to like think about it a little bit more. Maybe I will come up with something. My idea is that would be, I think if we had one more transistor, and this transistor would be controlling the VCC, for example. So it would open at the same time when it's opening. Okay. Now if we hook it up to the column, so column doesn't really change. So we'd have to, and the rows when the row is being so we need to have some kind of inverter as well. So the inverter will open when the particular row is being scanned. So the inverter will open. Okay, and the transistor that would be like on the gate, the base of the transistor. Yeah, forgot the correct name. So on the base on the transistor, and the transistor will open to let in the voltage. So that will power up everything. That's a lot of components. And inverters, I think they only come in. I think the inverters come in like a chip. So you have usually like, I know, 8 legs or something. There are like 4 inverters in this, like a logic chip. So that's another thing. And of course, I don't know if it's gonna even work. All right, I need to dwell on it a little bit. I will see you guys hopefully on Friday if nothing comes up. And if it does, then have a great weekend. If I don't show up on Friday, then don't be worried, because I'm going on an adventure on Monday. So I'll be back in about 2 weeks' time. I will drop the correct schedule on YouTube, so you will know when I will be back. And yeah, so if we don't meet on Friday, enjoy your weekend and see you in 2 weeks. And if I can manage on Friday, then I will see you on Friday. Probably I will be here on Friday. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching today. If you have any kind of a suggestion, like how this can be fixed, how can we get around it, I would appreciate that a lot. You can drop it in the comments on YouTube, or you can hit me up on Discord. That's Everyday Ergo, and yeah, maybe someone knowledgeable. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, I see you in the next one. Bye bye.